Welcome back to our channel. Today is a wild day to be a soap fan, so buckle up and grab your favorite snack because we have a lot of ground to cover. Okay, wait. Before that happened, actually, let me back up because I keep remembering things out of order and my brain is just buzzing. I forgot to mention earlier, but Jacinda has been acting so incredibly unhinged lately. Like, we all knew she was jealous of Willow. We all knew she felt insecure about Michael and Willow's history, even though they are literally divorced and Michael is dating her now. But the sheer audacity of this woman to actually go to Ezra Boyle, who even trusts a guy named Ezra Boyle anyway, like seriously, and get pills to drug Willow? The audacity. Not okay. I'm done. I was screaming at my TV when she slipped those pills into Willow's iced latte. Like, she drugged the mother of Michael's children. Wiley and Amelia were right there. Wiley almost drank it. I had to pause and text my friend immediately because I was like, are you serious right now? Wait, did I already say that? Whatever. Anyway, so Willow drinks the latte. And she gets so incredibly loopy. She's acting all giddy and weird, telling the kids, last one to the car is a rotten egg, and grabbing her key. At this point, I'm yelling at my screen, do not let her drive. Someone stop her, but nobody stops her. She gets in that car, and the drugs completely take over. And then we get to Route 91. I forgot to mention earlier, but Route 91 is literally cursed in Port Charles. Like, do these people not remember that Jordan and Curtis had that horrific crash on that exact same road? And Brooklyn was involved? Honestly, they need to just close Route 91 permanently because it is a death trap. But Willow is driving, and the pills from Ezra Boyle are totally kicking in, and she is in a complete daze. The cinematography here was so dramatic. Like the camera angles were spinning and the music was building and I literally couldn't breathe. Willow loses control of the wheel. The car swerves wildly. And then it happens. She plunges straight down a massive, steep ravine. The sound of the twisting metal and the shattering glass was actually horrifying. I'm calling it now. This is going to end badly. I kept thinking to myself as the car flipped and crashed into the depths of the ravine. It was like a nightmare playing out in slow motion. I literally had my hands over my mouth. Okay, where was I? Right, so the crash happens, and then the scene cuts to Michael. Michael gets to the scene of the accident. I don't even know how he found out so fast. Maybe Jacinda told him she drugged her, and he tracked her phone? Or maybe the police called him because he's the emergency contact for the kids? Honestly, I was too panicked to even care about the logistics. The point is, Michael arrives at the ravine. The flashing red and blue police lights are illuminating the dark, smoking wreckage at the bottom of the cliff. There are sirens everywhere. It's absolute chaos. And Michael is in a state of absolute, unadulterated panic. You have to remember, even though Michael and Willow are divorced and have been fighting over custody and power dynamics, she is still the mother of Wiley and Amelia. They have so much history. He fought so hard to protect her from Nell back in the day, and don't even get me started on Nell. That's a whole other trauma. But seeing Michael's face as he looks down into that ravine, it broke me. He is literally hyperventilating. Then the first responders pull her out. They pull Willow's body from the crushed, smoking metal of the car. And she is lifeless. She is completely, utterly lifeless. No breath. No movement. Just limp. At this point, I am literally sobbing. Like, real tears. Why would the writers do that? She was just getting her life together. She had just forced Drew into a divorce and secured her freedom from his locked-in syndrome drama. And now this? It's actually insane. I swear this show wants to destroy my emotional stability. And then, oh my god, and then Jacinda shows up at the scene. Or maybe she was with Michael the whole time? My brain is so fried right now. But Jacinda is there. And she is trembling. Like, shaking like a leaf, mascara running down her face, looking absolutely pathetic. And she finally breaks. She tremblingly confesses to Michael, right there in the flashing police light. She admits that she made a mistake. A mistake? She literally tells him about the pills she got from Ezra Boyle. She admits she slipped them into Willow's drink because she was jealous and wanted to mess with her. My jaw dropped. I cannot even fathom the sheer stupidity of this woman. You don't drug someone and call it a mistake. I'm yelling at my screen. You murderer! You literally killed her! And honestly, Michael's reaction was everything I was feeling but multiplied by a million. Michael absolutely explodes. I have never, ever seen Michael Corinthos this enraged. Not even when he was going after Sonny, not even when Dex died, not ever. He unleashed a level of fury that was genuinely terrifying. He gets right up in Jacinda's face, his voice cracking and booming over the sound of the sirens, and he screams at her. He calls her a murderer. He literally screams the word murderer at her trembling face, which is insane, by the way, because Jacinda really thought she could just cry and say oops and Michael would forgive her. The delusion, Michael doesn't hold back. He tells her that her blind, pathetic, sickening jealousy has just ripped the mother of his children away from them. He is pointing at Willow's lifeless body being loaded onto the stretcher and forcing Jacinda to look at what she... Look at her, he yells. You did this. Your jealousy did this. I was literally shaking on my couch. The acting in this scene deserves every single Emmy. Give them all the awards right now. And then Michael's anger shifts into this deep, gut-wrenching heartbreak. You can see the exact moment the realization hit. He brought Jacinda into their lives. He dated her. He led her around Wiley and Amelia. He trusted her. And he looks at her with absolute disgust and calls her a poisonous snake. A poisonous snake. Honestly, iconic dialogue. He tells her she's a venomous snake that he foolishly let into his home, and now her venom has destroyed his entire family. The guilt and the rage mixed together on his face was just... wow. Jacinda's just sobbing, trying to reach out to him, begging for him to understand. She needs to get it together, I swear. I said out loud to nobody. Like, girl, back away. You just killed his ex-wife. But Michael isn't done. He steps closer to her, his eyes completely dead and cold, and he makes a vow. He swears to her, with every ounce of Corinthos power running through his veins, that he will make her pay. He tells her she's going to spend the rest of her miserable life rotting in a prison cell. He promises to use every resource, every lawyer, every ounce of his wealth to ensure she never sees the light of day again. Mark my words, Michael is going to absolutely destroy her. He is going to obliterate Jacinda Bracken. I am calling it now. This is going to end badly for her, and I am here for it. Put her in Pentonville immediately. Throw away the key. But honestly, I can't stop thinking about the ripple effects of it. Like, what about Wiley and Amelia? They just lost their mother because their dad's new girlfriend got insecure. That is so dark. And what about Nina? Oh my god, Nina is going to literally lose her mind. She just got Willow back into a somewhat stable place. They were kind of bonding again. And now Nina has to bury her daughter? Nina is going to go on a warpath. If Michael doesn't destroy Jacinda, Nina absolutely will. Nina might actually murder Jacinda with her bare hand. And what about Drew? I forgot to mention earlier, but Drew has been secretly regaining his mobility and plotting this massive revenge against Willow for drugging him with the paralytic. He was literally just gloating in the dark at her house. He wanted to ruin her life. And now she's just gone? Drew's entire revenge plot just evaporated into thin air. He's going to be so confused, and honestly maybe a little relieved, but also his leverage is completely useless. The whole black box thing with Jack Brennan and Nina? Irrelevant. Willow is dead. The game is over. Okay, where was I? Right, so Michael is standing there in the wreckage of Route 91. The ambulance doors close. The sirens wail as they drive away, taking Willow's lifeless body with them. Jacinda is collapsed on the ground, sobbing hysterically in the dirt, surrounded by police officers who are probably about to arrest her on the spot. And Michael is just standing there staring into the dark ravine, completely broken. I literally had to sit in silence for 10 minutes after the episode ended. My brain could not compute. The sheer tragedy of Michael realizing that his own choices in dating Jacinda led directly to Willow's demise. The guilt is going to eat him alive. He is going to spiral so hard. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes full mob boss mode like Sonny and just handles Jacinda himself outside of the... Because, honestly, can you imagine the trial? Martin Gray or Diane Miller parading Jacinda's jealousy in front of a jury? It would be a circus. This is literally the most unhinged, dramatic, devastating plot twist they have pulled in. I am so emotionally invested in these characters that I feel like I personally lost a friend. I am actually offended by Jacinda's choices. Like, How dare she? How dare she take Willow away from those kids? I am so mad at her like she's a real person living down the street from me. I'm gonna need therapy after this week's episodes. Seriously. The visual of Willow's car tumbling down that ravine is going to haunt my nightmare. And Michael's scream, the way his voice broke when he called her a poisonous snake, chills. Literal chills everywhere. I can't breathe. I need to go rewatch that scene 5 more times, just to make sure I didn't hallucinate the whole thing. Soap operas are literally the most stressful thing on the planet, and I am obsessed. Will Michael actually destroy Jacinda, or is another twist? Drop your wildest theories below, and hit that subscribe button for more updates.